are the top 5 ways men are retiring at age 30. Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Guys, I need everyone to thumbs up this video. The robot has literally put my channel back into the dumps. Alright, so give me a thumbs up. Leave 10 comments if you can. Everyone thinks you need to be rich to retire early. But men are leaving work early. Maybe not retiring, but they are checking out of work. Some people are mad at them. And that's funny by itself, but the truth is, since the 40s, men have been on the losing end of the stick. Between women working and illegals working for cheap, men have been priced out of the market. When they finally took a look, they found that wages have actually dropped for men since the 1960s to now. So today, you're paid less for the same job than in 1960. I want you to put that into perspective just for a second and think about all of this talk of wages, wage gap, which has been proven to be completely untrue. So men are actually making less today for the same job than they did in 1960. Let that sink in. So men had to figure out something. What is their solution? Simple. Just be John Galt. Stop working. They don't want to pay men fairly? Stop working. They want to hire others over men? Stop working. So here are 5 ways men can retire at 30. Number 1. Now more than ever, you can literally fill your leisure time on the cheap with almost no expenses. You can buy a whole video game for $40 a month and spend hundreds of hours playing it. Or even better than that, buy one online game and spend the year online playing with other people, making friends, hours of entertainment. This not only keeps you busy, but also keeps you occupied and even consumed and not spending money that you don't have. And that's my opinion of money that you don't have. Number 2, next, men are downsizing their homes. This is a big one. They are living in everything from 2-bedroom homes to literally tiny homes. Go look that up if you want to see what that means. Tiny homes. It's an actual keyword. With some, no more than the size of a bed. With marriage no longer an option for men, kids not even a factor, men are downsizing their entire lifestyle. Men don't have to go to the tiny home route, but they do have to downsize the home to not only reduce costs, but also reduce taxes, unless they're a state with no property tax. And of course, nothing says reducing home like moving back in with your parents, which a lot of men had to do in 2008 anyway. So this whole notion of he lives with his mom, yep, he does live with his mom and dad. Yep, he does live in the basement. And parents are figuring out with another grown person in the house, it actually relieves a lot of the stress and pressure from their everyday life, because now this third person can do a lot of the things around the house and there's no need to pay them, you're not hiring a maid or anything. And older and older and older men are returning to their parents' homes when they need them the most. That's in their old age. Number 3, men are paying off big ticket items and reducing big ticket items like homes, cars, and moving to states with no forced car insurance. While people react to no car insurance, I'll give you a short lesson on forcing people to pay for car insurance. It reduces the overall population having money. And if you're poor enough, it prices you right out of driving and owning a car. The only thing you need is money. In case of an accident, and some states, even with forced insurance, also give you an option to get out of jail free card by allowing you to have a bond. You want to look that up in your state instead of insurance. A bond is a fantastic way to stop giving away your money while still covering yourself from liability. Also, with a bond, there's no crazy lawsuits for millions of dollars by people out to retire early on your dime. Driving a paid off car and living in a paid off house reduces most of the expenses in most people's lives completely. Imagine paying only your monthly utilities each and every month. How much could you save if you only had your light bill to pay? Leave a comment about how much your expenses would be without having to pay for your car and your home. Now, you've been told that you shouldn't pay off your home. You shouldn't pay off your car because it's a losing thing. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, you're not buying brand new cars. This is not the Joneses. This is your online father telling you do not buy a retail cost car. You go find you one of those prizes, the grandmother that inherited her husband's car that he never drove, that's been sitting pristine in the garage for over 30 years. That's what you want to look for. And think you can't find it? People find it all the time, every day. Also, with a home, find a nice cozy home that you can afford, first of all, to upkeep. People don't understand when they buy a home that there's upkeep to the home. That means cleaning the house. A lot of people downsize after they get into a house because the house is so big and you can't clean it, and you walk into some rooms that you haven't been in frequently and it's filled with inches of dust. And that's a couple. And once the kids move out of the house, they like to downsize because they can't do the upkeep on the house without children being present. Number 4, men are saving and saving big. They are building up nest eggs before checking out of the rat race. With no wife, no kid, there's almost no extra money going out the door. Women are a huge expense. Although everyone claims that women work, women don't spend their own money, ever. Data shows that even when married and with a job, women use their earned money on themselves only. The husband's money is used for the bills. Even women with high-end jobs and lavish lifestyles rely on the husband to pay the mortgage and their lifestyle. It's criminal, but men have been suffering through it since the 50s. That's right, women have only been working since around the 50s and 60s. Without women requiring an expensive lifestyle, men are living simply and not having to pay for another adult that contributes nothing to expenses. And they are saving big time. Within a few years, one couple actually saved $1 million. Number 5, and retired at 30, might I add. Number 5, men are planning this out. Some start in high school while others wake up in college. I'm an advocate of earning the most money. With no college debt, if you dedicate yourself, you can start a business at 18, spending your high school years preparing for the launch. Why 18, you might ask? Because your parents are your enemy too. Many men are taken to the cleaners by their own parents, taking their money before they hit 18. They guilt them into giving them their money, saying they need to be paid back for being parents. So hold off everything until the day you turn 18. And on the 18th birthday, form your corporation and hit the ground running. If you need seed money, I already made a video of the top 10 best paying college degrees. If you're not rich by 30, you're doing it wrong. And this isn't too early to start in middle school or even earlier than that. With planning, you can be both a millionaire and check out, retire at the age of 30. There are some parents with the right thinking that let their kids build a nest egg and buy a home with cash. Those are the right thinking parents. You can retire much earlier if your car and home are paid off before you even start out on your own journey of either working or owning your own business from 18. The final advice in this day and age is that not only is marriage out, But dating is destroyed too. You thought divorce was bad? Women are suing men for not asking them to marry them. And one man was sued for alimony by a girlfriend. She was broke, he was rich, and when he broke up with her, she sued. And you know what? The judge did not immediately dismiss the case, and he awarded the alimony to the woman. It is high time you check out. Who is John Galt? Answer below. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show. Subscribe and all that lovely stuff.